Hi, it's Brittany with Eating Elephants, and today I'm going to do a postpartum update for me. And Ricky is still happy, so I guess he'll be in this video too. So, postpartum, I guess I should say when I first had Ricky, when he crowned and came out, I tore very badly. A very extensive tear, and I had to go to the hospital and get stitched up, and I wasn't there but for a couple of hours, and then got to come back home. I did have a home birth, so I didn't necessarily transfer. I just went outpatient to get stitches and came right back. But that was the most tough part about postpartum for me. That was very, very, very painful. I've taken the most medicine I've ever taken in my life postpartum. Ibuprofen to be exact, 800 milligram, several times a day. I took that for at least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks. It was, that's a lot of medicine. I usually don't like to take medicine, but yeah, it hurt really badly. As the stitches have dissolved for the most part, but I still feel weird down there. If I don't know how to really explain how I feel, but it still feels weird. It doesn't feel normal, and I mean the way it feels and the way when I touch it, how it feels down there. It doesn't seem normal, and I do think that one stitch popped open, like popped. Oh, I have scar tissue down there, a really swollen spot full of granular scar tissue, and right there where it swelled up, I believe the stitch popped, and now I have a tiny hole. It's just in the skin down there, just a little hole, and it's just the weirdest thing, and it hurts sometimes, and yeah. So I'm gonna see a pelvic floor specialist eventually. I need to get a referral, and I'm gonna go and see what she can do about it and see about making everything down there a little more normal. The reason I tore so badly is because my midwife said I most likely have something called vaginismus. And all throughout my pregnancy, I had trouble, and just in regular life before I was pregnant, when I wiped, I would bleed a lot of the time. Sex wasn't extremely comfortable for me. It hurt more than it felt good, really. Penetration wise, and I would bleed really easily down there and get uncomfortable really easy down there, and I mentioned that to my midwife, and pregnancy made it that much worse, and I kept getting varicose veins in my labia and all that, and I would bleed when I wiped, and it would just hurt really, really badly, and yeah. So vaginismus is when it doesn't stretch down there how it should, and which it's kind of more rigid, and it doesn't give how it should. So things like having a baby and sex and wiping are more uncomfortable than they should be. So yeah, that was the worst part about it. But other than that, I've actually been doing really well. That was very painful, but no postpartum depression issues, no anything like that. I've bonded with my baby very, very well. I love him so much. Yeah, my house has kind of gotten out of hand since because I was keeping it very clean, because we all nest, really, we all nest at the end of pregnancy, but it's gotten kind of out of hand. I have laundry to do, and I've kept up with diaper laundry. Well, I say that, but he's in a disposable right now because I need to do diaper laundry. But, I have been really keeping up with it. It's not like it's sitting there festering. I should have washed it yesterday, but I'm going to wash it today. But as far as clothes laundry, I've gotten behind. And as far as, just regular cleanup, I need to, my house has gotten a little bit out of hand. It's not awful by any stretch of the imagination, but it was like immaculate when I was when I was nesting. So I'm gonna get it back to that state. Okay, let's see. I was 270 pounds at the start of my pregnancy, and by the end I was 240 by the end of the pregnancy. And my at my lowest weight when I had him, I was about 225, and now I'm about 230. So I have gone back up to gaining weight. And that was one thing I was afraid of, that I was just gonna reap the hormonal benefits of pregnancy with PCOS and lose weight through pregnancy, and then once I had him, my hormones would go back to stupid and I would start gaining weight again. And that may be what happened, or I've just been very, very slothful during postpartum, which you should be. You should really sit down. And I haven't been eating very well either. So I'm hoping it's just because of how I've been kind of lazy and kind of not eating well, and not because my hormones are going back to how they were before pregnancy with PCOS, and I'm gonna be gaining weight out of control. So we'll see how that goes. Once I hit 6 weeks postpartum, I will start exercising and eating a little better, but I'm letting myself be a little indulgent while I'm recovering. I went through a lot, and I'm kind of doing some self-care right now, really. And I say self-care, but really just letting myself let go, because I've been through a lot that I'm not going to talk about on my channel, but I have been through a whole lot dealing with pregnancy and just life in general. I've been through so much that not many people know about, and I'm just letting myself let go. But other than that, like I said, I feel really good. I love my baby. We're bonding well. No depression issues, which is really, really awesome. I'll go ahead and end it here because my baby is getting a little upset. But in general, doing very well, recovering well. Everything's great. So how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Bye-bye.